Happy day to one and all. I Bhagya NP, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, SVAT, Bangalore. Today I am going to teach you Environmental Studies, Module 4. So in that I am going to teach you the radon and fluoride problems in drinking water, resettlement rehabilitation, and environmental toxicology. Let us start with the first topic. Fluoride problems in drinking water. What is the fluoride? Fluoride is a one mineral. So usually it is present in a bones and teeth. Apart from that, this fluoride is also present in a water, soil, plants, rocks and air. Mainly, this fluoride it is mainly used in a dentist in order to strengthen the enamel. So, if this fluoride helps to prevent the cavities in the teeth. If we have a fluoride deficiency, definitely we are going to get a cavities in the teeth. The next is problems due to excess of fluoride. So, in this, there are two problems arises. One is dental fluorosis. Dental fluorosis, the name itself indicates the problem is related to the dental. So if the fluoride content is more in our body, automatically you can see some white patches or white spot on the surface of the teeth. That we call it as a dental fluorosis. The next problem arises that is skeletal fluorosis. Skeletal means bone. It is related to the bone. So if the fluoride content is more in the body, so automatically it alters the bone structure. So it causes, because of this alteration of bone structure, it causes ligamentation. So in the skeletal fluorosis, it is directly related to the bone, and dental fluorosis is directly related to the dental teeth. Then, how we can remove the fluoride from the water? See, there are so many methods are there. In that, the easiest method is distillation. So what we should do in this distillation, very simple method. We have to take a water in that the fluoride content is there. That water you just heat it. As we all know, once the water is heating, it starts evaporating. So the same way here also the water which containing fluoride, once you heating, it starts evaporation and it becomes a steam, and it leaving behind the fluoride content in the container itself. In that way, we can remove the fluoride from the water. That is the one way. The second way is reverse osmosis. RO plant, what the drinking water RO plant, what we are adopting in the home nowadays, RO. So the same method. So in this method, the main basic principle is here we are using a one membrane, semi-permeable membrane. The main function of the membrane is it allows only to water to flow through it. It doesn't allow ions to flow through it. Suppose if the in the water fluoride content is there means it allows only to water to flow through the permeable, semi-permeable membrane. Whatever the fluoride content is there, it left behind in the first compartment itself. In that way also, we can remove the fluoride from the water. So there are two methods are there commonly used. One is distillation. Distillation means simply heating, so water starts evaporating and leaving behind the fluoride. And the second one is reverse osmosis, in that the water is passed through the semi-permeable membrane. So that membrane prevents the flow of fluoride through it. It allows only it allows only water to pass through it. In that way, we can purify the water from the fluoride content. The next is radon problem in the drinking water. Radon means what? It is a one kind of gas. It has no smell, no odor and taste. Usually it comes from the radioactive breakdown of uranium in the ground. That is nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reaction. That radon gas is liberated to the atmosphere. So in two ways we can expose to the radon gas, that is in the air in the home or radon in the drinking water, in two ways. If that is if the radon is present in the atmosphere, we can directly expose to the radon, or else if the radon is present in the drinking water also. So when it comes to the water, in which water radon is present, whether the radon is present in the surface water or groundwater, the next question rises. Usually, this radon water, very rare case, it is present in the surface water. Suppose, suppose you consider this radon water is present in the surface water, what the water we are using daily. What happens in that case? In that case, suppose if the radon gas is present in the surface water, this gas is readily released to the atmosphere before the water reaching your home. So in that way, we can prevent the reaching of radon to the home. So usually the radon is come from the groundwater water, not from the surface water. Suppose in the surface water, if it is present very minute quantity also, it is readily released to the atmosphere before the water reaches to your home tank or home tap. So the last option is this radon is come from the groundwater. It is present mainly in the groundwater. The next is problems due to radon in a water. Suppose if the radon gas is present in the drinking water and if we drink such water, it causes internal organ cancer and mainly it causes stomach cancer. So these are the problems arises because of the presence of radon in the water. The next question rises, how do I remove radon from the drinking water? How to remove this radon? There are two ways are there. One is aeration treatment. Aeration means air, means spraying water or mixing it with the air, then venting the air from the water before use. Means just to mix the water with the air. So that we call it as a aeration treatment. The next is GAC treatment. GAC means granular activated carbon. Means it is a one carbon. Granular means small ball type carbon. So this carbon you put it in the water where the radon is there. So what it will do, this activated carbon, it absorbs all the radon and it makes water free from the radon. In that way we can remove the radon from the drinking water. The next is rehabilitation and resettlement. What it means, rehabilitation and resettlement, that means movement of people from one place to the other places. That is, we call it as a rehabilitation. Why the people starts moving from one place to other places? Because of natural and human-made disasters. What is the natural disasters? Same, tsunami, drought, floods, cyclones. So these are the natural disasters. Man-made disaster means Bhopal tragedy, Bhopal gas tragedy. This is not the natural disaster, human disaster. Because of this disaster, so many people shifted one place to the other places. Why this causes or why how it happens rehabilitation? So why the people starts moving from one place to other, the next question raises. Why? Because construction of dams, irrigation canals and reservoirs. Because of construction dams, we need a land. So in that case, government forcefully made people to leave that place. Other thing is, in order to increase our infrastructure, good infrastructure, making a flyovers, bridges, roads in the city, so that makes people to vacate the places. In that way also people starts moving from one place to the other places. And also in order to make a highways, canal, roads, that is a transportation activities that also brings a this migration of people from one place to the other. Also along with that, some bringing some projects, energy related projects, especially power plants, oil exploration, mining activities, pipelines. So these are the activities also moved people from one place to the other places. In that way, people starts moving from one place to other places. So the next is environmental toxicology. So what it means environmental toxicology? Toxicology means it's a study of harmful effect of various chemicals, biological and physical agents on the living organism. So there are so many sources of environmental toxicity that can lead to the presence of toxin in our food, water and air. These sources include organic and inorganic pollutants, pesticides, biological agents. All these are very harmful to the living organisms on the earth. This we call it as a environmental toxicology. This is about the today's topic. Thank you.